Hey everyone, I hope you guys are keeping well. I know this video is very different from what I usually do on the channel here. Angry tutorials, Pirate Legend videos, speculation, everything of Sea of Thieves, but I wanted to let you know that this is still a Sea of Thieves video. It's just more along the lines of talking on the back end of Sea of Thieves. And one of the biggest issues I think I have with the company in the game right now is their Sea of Thieves partnership requirements. Now, I know a lot of people will look at this video and be like, oh my god, you stop crying about it. If you didn't get it, you have to work your ass up, get your viewers up, everything of that nature. And I agree with you. I'm not going to say I don't. I do agree with you. However, I find that when it comes to their partner program, their requirements outdo what it is that they're looking for, in my honest opinion. You know, a lot of times the Sea of Thieves partner program requires or really seeks out professional interactive streamers, and there are a ton of those. You know, must be a member of the creative crew. There's a ton of those. Stream for 15 hours a month for Sea of Thieves. There's a ton of those. Like, I think last month or a few months ago, I think I streamed close to 100 and something hours of Sea of Thieves. I think one of the biggest issues here is that even though you can meet every single one of those criterias, one of the biggest aspects and takeaways is the fact that a lot of people have a hard time reaching that 10,000 cumulative hour cap to be able to even be in consideration. And I think that's one of the biggest issues I have with the partner program is, even though I know Rare looks for content developers out there and streamers or YouTubers or anything of that nature that really brings value or a certain type of different appeal to the product or a different type of just genre or a spin-off, everything of the product, I still feel they don't look at that, and they just primarily look at the numbers. And that's one of the biggest indicators that I have that's more of a problem, because the company in itself, even though they look for interactive professional streamers, I feel that everything of that is thrown out the window because they're making it a popularity contest. And I feel they're more looking at it as a popularity contest rather than looking at the person and saying, okay, well, how have they dedicated their product, or what have they done for Sea of Thieves? What products have they laid out in front of them? Now, please, again, don't misunderstand this video. I love Sea of Thieves. I love Rare. I love the fact that they've been able to support the game and support their content developers and their streamers and everything. I do love that. They actually are a good company. I just have an issue with their existing partner program, in which I feel should just have a reevaluation to it. That's pretty much all it is. Again, I love the content developers in this community. It's a fantastic community. It's a fantastic game. I'm not trying to downgrade anything or anything about the game in any way, shape, or form, or the product or the people. All I'm trying to say is that I feel there's a bit of a flaw with their partner program just requiring so many hours when the dedication for the product is there. And the other issue at hand too is when it comes to these drops, as much as I want to say that, yeah, they're fantastic for the individuals who are partnered because they get the viewership, they get the attention. However, this hurts the other individuals who are running for that. For example, as an individual who had tried to go for the 10,000 hours, that's fantastic. However, when the drops come in and the drops kick in, and now we lose the viewership, and now we can't accumulate the 10,000 hours. Like, say you had a really great month and you're almost there, and immediately drops hits, and now the 1 week or 2 weeks that you're like, I may be able to hit it, and now all of a sudden you can't because the viewership is going somewhere else because they're getting the drops. There's a lot of problems there, I find, with that. And if you're utilizing just the hours to indicate if this person is partner worthy, that's the biggest issue that I have with it, because I really don't feel that they look into that. And it's just one of these things where I am frustrated in it. You know, I was going for partnership in the beginning of this year. My highest number I think I got was 7,000 and something, and I had to stop. And the reason I did is because when you start taking a game that you truly enjoy and then playing it for the need that you have to play it to get those hours up, in comparison to playing it for the enjoyment part of it, it took away from the love of the game. And the other issue that I had too is that when I hit that 30-day mark, and now I'm fighting myself the last 30 days to get more hours, and heaven forbid if I have something come up in IRL and I miss a day of streaming, or I'm not streaming 7 days a week to be able to get my numbers up there because I don't have the highest viewer count, it's difficult to meet that requirement. You know, and I know there's a lot of Sea of Thieves content developers out there who have rated, who has shown support and everything, and that's fantastic, it's beautiful, it's amazing, and I appreciate every single one of you. But again, it's one of these things where, yeah, that is tremendous, and that does help tremendously. But if that doesn't happen every single day, specifically when your number count is low, it's difficult to approach that 10,000 hour mark, because it's an extremely difficult milestone to hit. And that's just one of the biggest things that I see, is that I know Rare really focuses on professional streamers. They want to have a good representation for their product out there, and that's great. However, the issue I have is that if you are looking for that, and if you are looking for professional interactive streamers out there, then why don't you try to reevaluate the amount of hours required for that? There is so many out there, and these drops that you guys run can help tremendously your individuals and the partners and everything. That can help them tremendously get more viewership to their channel, help them tremendously increase that viewership for your product as well. But again, I find that you're just focusing too much on this hour approach, where you have to hit these specific hours. Like for streaming, you got to sustain 10,000 hours viewed per month. Now, I don't know if you still have to sustain that following your partnership, because that's still very intense. That's a high number value to be able to sustain following that. But then you have your VODs, where you have to have, I believe that's YouTube, 20,000 subscribers, 3,000 daily average views, like regular video uploads judged by case, must be member creator crew, which is fine. But again, that's such a high valued number, and that's not something that everyone can hit. Like, that's a very difficult requirement to hit. And again, not saying that it's not achievable. I just truly feel that their partner program is focused too heavily on popularity than dedication. And when you see the streamers and the YouTube developers and everyone out there who are not partners, and the lengths that they're trying to go to be able to become partners, it's very eye-opening to see, holy crap, there are so many great people that can represent this game in a very positive way. However, they're not looked at because they just don't have the numbers that they require. And the numbers that Rare requires isn't, it's a crazy amount that's very difficult to approach. Not many people can get that. As a matter of fact, majority of people can't get that. And I'm very happy to see the people who have and who are thriving on it, and that's fantastic. And it depends on if Rare really wants to have this kind of close-knit partner program where you're not having over X amount of people. And if that's the case, I understand. But if also that's the case, I don't understand why you would want that, because you would want more people representing your product. But that's one of my biggest issues I have with it. And like I said, the reason I had to stop going for the Sea of Thieves partnership program is because the more I looked at that number, and the more it went up and down and fluctuated, and thinking I'm having a good week, and then all of a sudden I'm not, because the past 30 days that just surpassed, and I had a really great day, and I've lost 500 hours from that, and it affected me. And that's one of the reasons why I moved away from the Sea of Thieves partnership. I still look at it as maybe a goal I can achieve at some point in time down the line, because I still love the game, I still love the community, I still love the people in the community. But I find it's just something very difficult to approach right now. And again, when I transition that mood of I'm playing this game for the need rather than the enjoyment, then the whole love for the game starts diminishing. And as much as I was able to identify that and tell myself I gotta stop, not many people can. And many people will get turned away from your game if you cannot see that, or you don't feel that right away, and then eventually be like, you know what, screw it, I don't want to play this game anymore, I'm tired of this. There's just a lot of factors there that I feel their partnership program really needs to look into. Again, I love the program. I love Sea of Thieves. I love the company. They've done a great job at bringing us a game continuously evolving and changing and everything, and I love that about it. However, I still feel the company from a partnership program needs to be reevaluated. And I don't know if this video is going to be like, well, you did that video, so, unfortunately we can't fine, whatever. If this video for some reason is a reasoning why you don't want to add me as a partner or down the line or whatever, fine, that's on you, I don't care. But I have free will to say my thoughts on the matter. That your partnership program needs to be more focused on the professional, dedicated, and understanding content developers out there who have a passion for your product and who want to showcase that passion for your product, and who also want to be dedicated and also be in the know about your product to be able to output the best content there is. And the creative crew right now, it's fine, It's literally a resource bank. You're just giving us images and logos and some sound effects, and that's about it. You haven't really done a lot with the Creative Crew program. I'm going to be serious there. But that's about it. And as much as the content that's coming out is better and is better quality, you know, there's still very difficult ways to get to where you're looking at, and that's the 10,000, 20,000, you know, subscribers and everything. That's a very big number. So as much as I want to say that Sea of Thieves is really focusing on professional content developers or streamers, I really do feel you guys are focusing too heavily on popularity. And I get it. From a business point of view, I get it. However, from a fan point of view, as a dedicated content developer and streamer point of view, it looks a little bad on our part, because instead of actually trying to say who can represent our product the best, you're saying who can represent our product to more people. And as much as I understand from a business point of view, 100% business point of view, I get that, you're losing more support. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I think you would need to take into consideration. Again, I'm not asking you to add everyone into the program. I'm asking you to reevaluate the program and say, okay, now that we're 3 years in, what can we do to bring in new eyes, new faces to this program to be able to adapt to something new? And I think that's one of the biggest things I think you guys should look at. But yeah. You know, I just wanted to kind of say my 2 cents on this. You know, I saw somebody talking about it and it really got me thinking, and I don't ever really do a video like this, but it just really, it's not frustrating, but it is a little bit like, really? Because like I said, I was going for the partner program and I had to stop because I saw the issue with that. And as much as I want to say, you know, do a lot of streams where you're doing giveaways and you're doing this and you're doing really big, fantastic prizes, and that's great. The problem with that is that even though it does bring some new people to your product, I'm not going to say it doesn't. It does bring some new people to your channel and everything. But I also feel that it brings the wrong type of viewership to your channel. And individuals who will come into your channel and just say, oh, enter, and that's about it. That's all they'll say, because they're there for the product and not for you. And when your simple request of, you know, just don't stream this, don't mute the stream so that way you can count as a viewer, just goes on deaf's ear because they're not there for you, they're there for the product. Again, they're not really helping you. And that giveaway that you think will entice more viewers, even though it does, those viewers are having you as muted, therefore it doesn't count as a viewer and doesn't count as hours. So again, the issue at hand here is that giveaways are fantastic, but they also draw or bring forth the wrong type of viewership. And I don't really feel that should be a way of gaining those views or gaining more of those views on your channel, because then you're looked at as a giveaway slut. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put it away. You're looked at as a giveaway person like that. So, it's not easy, man. It's not easy. And for those of you who are going for partnership program, you know, don't let this video try to discourage you in it. Keep going. Just because I had to stop doesn't mean you have to stop. Like, there are obviously dedicated people there who want to be a part of this program. There are dedicated people there who want to be very close to Rare and very close to the game, and that's amazing. It's fantastic. I would love to as well. Just because I had to stop myself from disliking the game because of this requirement doesn't necessarily mean you have to. Obviously, you just gotta see yourselves. Okay, if I keep this up, can I still stay in love with the game, or will I lose love with it? You know what I mean? So it's just one of these things where you gotta tell yourself that and ask yourself that. So. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. I really feel their partner program needs to be reevaluated and really looked at again. And even those individuals who are part of it, you know, are the people part of it that good as well? So, and I always feel companies should always reevaluate their partners and just kind of say, okay, well, let's see who we have. Let's see if they're still good and they're still focusing on the product and still focusing on representing us properly, and then go from there and see who else we can bring in that kind of does something a little bit more new. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the matter. And if somebody doesn't like it, I don't care. I just don't care. If somebody wants to listen to it, fantastic. But if somebody's here being like, you're just sad that you didn't get partner and now you're crying, no, I don't. I really couldn't give a rat's ass. Like, it's just, that's just how that is. I'm just adding my 2 cents because this is something that I've heard so many people talk about. I'm adding my 2 cents because this is something that I've heard so many people complain about. And it's over and over and over again. It's the same thing. Complaining about these ridiculous hours and requirements that is intended to go into the partner program when they've dedicated and rebranded themselves to this game in itself and are professional. and are interactive and do provide a certain value that many people don't see. Like, it's just, there's so much out there, yet they're not being seen because they don't meet a certain number criteria. And then that goes again with the whole concept, are you really looking at professional streamers, or are you looking at popular streamers? And that's just how my 2 cents will lie. But that's about it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna keep this on going for too long. It's already gone up for quite a while as it is. Holy crap, didn't think I talked that long. But yeah, so I will leave it here, and I'll see you guys on the seas. From me to you. Make sure to heal. Please heal. Safe sailing, guys. Bye-bye.